Art is how I keep time standing still. Every canvas is a clock, and this one just started ticking. Angela's splash art and magic chess always felt a little off to me. The colors were dull, the hair had no depth, and a lot of the details were missing or blurry. I wanted to see if I can bring it up to the quality the other splash arts are in, so I took almost 24 hours reworking it. Here's how it all went down. Before I even touched my tablet, I grabbed tons of in-game screenshots of Angela. I needed to study how the model looked because the original splash art didn't fully match her in-game design. The pose was fine, the composition was okay, but the color and shading not so much. The first thing I did was adjust the colors. The original splash art was way too desaturated compared to the model and other splash arts in the game. I wanted her to feel vibrant and alive like she does when you actually play her. Just changing the colors gave me a huge boost of motivation. It already looked closer to the final piece I had in my head. Next, I moved on to her hair, which was flat and lacked definition. The hair groups were correct, but there were no shadows or highlights to make it pop. This part took a lot of back and forth, but once I got the lighting right, it started to feel real. Honestly, fixing her hair was one of the most satisfying parts of this project. The chibi section? That was the most fun part. I loved adding details and giving it life. Once I finished her face and the chibi, I really knew I could finish this project. I had faith in myself and I bounced between sections to stay motivated and avoid burnout. If you struggle with long projects, switching it up and taking lots of breaks really helps. Some parts were honestly weird or challenging, so I circled the parts that were the biggest issue for me or were just a little bit odd, like parts that didn't exactly match the model. For anyone interested, here's that. Something that was really helpful when doing this project was the fact that every character in Magic Chess has two poses, one where they're standing up straight and you can turn around the model, and one where they each pose. Angela's splash art and her pose are pretty similar, and I was able to quickly recreate much of what I saw just based off of one picture. Yet this project was more than just a redraw. It was proof that I can create art that I see in my head. It's motivation to keep me going in my art journey, and I hope one day I can do this professionally. Help make splash art or even concept art for games I love. Thanks for watching. If you like this speed paint, hit like, comment your favorite part, and subscribe for more art journeys and redraws like this. And if you're tackling your own lawn project, remember, patience and observation are your best friend. Another splash of color, another fragment of time preserved, until the gears turn again.